And good afternoon, and welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have everybody here. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We're past Monday into Tuesday, and that's always a good thing. Glad to have everybody here. If you're new to the lunch stream and wondering what in the name of the Lord is this is where we hang out with you wonderful folks for the next hour or so and do some roster reviews, answer your questions. If you do happen to have questions, go ahead and get those in there. If you do have a question, make sure you put the term question in front of your statement so we know that it's a question. It just helps us scoop them up faster. So go ahead and get your questions in. And Dr. Finn Medicine Woman himself, the troll extraordinaire, will scoop them up. What's going on, Dr. Finn?
I had myself a breakfast sandwich.
You did. Have you been running?
Well, so I did run a little bit today, but I had a little bit of like a twinge in my knee, so I didn't really push it too much today, but I'll push it again tomorrow.
There you go. As long as you're trying. As long as you put in that old college try in, Dr. Finn, that's all we can ask for. Now, Dr. Finn, we're going a little bit old school today. It's just you and me, Dr. Finn.
Well, we're not actually fully alone.
Well, no, we've got Fat Tony here, we will be doing his roster review today. Fat Tony, how are you?
Pretty good. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you here. But Dr. Finn, it's this reminds me of them olden days, back when we first started. It was just you and me, just doing what we do. All right, nostalgia's over. Let's get into it. Real quick.
Forward.
Don't do that. You know, we were having a moment and you destroyed it. Now, if you could, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up on the video. Helps us spread our content out to the YouTube world. If you love what you see and you watch us all the time and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It does help the channel grow and it helps with monetization. We also have our Patreon. Big shout out to all our Patreon supporters. It really helps us keep putting out the content there that you guys like. And we're doing pretty well with our GoFundMe so far, Dr. Finn.
Yeah, we made a lot of progress. Again, we're at 1,010. Let me just double check if anything's changed. But we were at 1,010 out of 3,000, so we're more than a third of our way to our final goal. So again, if you guys aren't aware of what we're trying to raise with the GoFundMe, we're doing a charity run in April of 2019, where we're going to Disney and doing a half marathon, and we're running for the American Cancer Society. But part of that is that we do need to get to Orlando, and so we have the GoFundMe up where we're trying to raise $3,000, and that'll cover all the travel expenses for us, and that's all we're looking for. Anything extra that is achieved from that, if we're able to cut costs and all that, will go directly to the American Cancer Society. And after that, we have a lot of plans in the upcoming months for fundraising for the American Cancer Society. We'll be doing a lot of streams, we'll be doing some giveaways. We'll actually have people from the American Cancer Society on from time to time as well. So there's a lot of plans we have with regards to that. So just hoping that we can get the 3,000 done as soon as possible so that we can actually go ahead and start doing the fundraising for the American Cancer Society directly.
Yeah, that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to double, well, not quite double, but significantly increase what we did this year.
So double would be awesome.
Yeah, if we could double what we did, which was like $10,000 for the American Prevention of Suicide, that would be fantastic.
American Foundation for Suicide.
Suicide Prevention, sorry, thank you. That would be amazing, and we are going to try to do it. So with your good gracious and help and us running a half marathon, by golly, we're going to try. So if you notice, we've been working out more, eating less, and trying to get into shape so we can do this half marathon run. So that's all the intangibles knocked out. Let us get into our first roster review today, and we are doing Mr. Fat Tony, as we said, Fat Tony 99's profile, and they are in Dragons of Dune Sea, not of the Dune Sea, of just the Dune Sea.
Correct.
All right, where you can find lots of spice and crate dragons.
And Camille Bohowski says dragons represent.
Word. Let's see here in my things being stupid. So, Fat Tony, I'm sure you have some questions for us. Let's take these one at a time. What is the first thing you want us to kind of review for you today, my friend?
Kind of my arena team mods. I do run two teams for arena. I run the Night Sisters team with GK, and I run a Bastila team consisting of both Yodas, Ezra, and GK.
Okay. Well, let's look at.
And what are you typically facing?
It's a mix. There's a lot of Bastila on my shard. There's more Treyas popping up, which I can't really beat the Treya teams. But all the EP and Bastila teams I can beat. And then there's a couple more Night Sisters popping up, but they tend to be pretty easy for me.
All right. So, it looks like you're doing pretty darn well. You're consistently starting to be.
The
in
Night
that
Sisters
top
can
10.
climb on Bastila, right? So while the Bastilas are there, you'll be in good position. Now, when the Treyas start to come, we have to look to see what we can build as a Treya counter for you in the interim. And you have a 7-star Nihilist, but he's level 42 in Gear 5. You have a 6-star Scion that's level 42 in Gear 5.
Looking at your.
So what's up with that?
Yeah. Ooh wee. What's up with that? What's up with
What's
that?
up with
Yeah, I just haven't really focused on gearing them. Right now, my guild's kind of pushing for Heroic Sith Raid. So I've been working on those teams primarily.
So in general, right, and I don't know about your guild and what they're all working towards. So phase 1, you have that team. Phase 3, there's a specific team, right? And then, and we'll look to see if you have
Obviously,
those.
Night Sisters will not be a problem for you.
Right. The Night Sisters you have for phase 4. Phase 2 and phase 4 after Nihilus are kind of a little bit of a free-for-all, right? But phase 2, you can't treat as a free-for-all until you have it on farm. And so you need specific squads for that. And I'm sure you've heard us talk about the Wampa team and then the Princess Leia team. There is also the Sith team. And so working on Emperor Palpatine, Vader, Scion, Nihilus, and then Hermit Yoda is a potential 1 million damage team in phase 2. In phase 2, you have to try and get, once you're beyond your main team, if you can get that extra 1 million, 1.5 million, all of that in phase 2, it really helps you moving forward. So working on those Sith will help you for the heroic Sith raid as well as Arena, which you need the crystals and stuff for. I see you have Bastila to 7 stars, so you've obviously, I don't know if you saved up crystals or you bought her or whatever, but obviously getting Bastila to 7 stars requires a lot of crystals, and making sure you can stay up at top of Arena will help with that.
Yeah, I actually just farmed her up off the nodes. I did a couple node refreshes every day when it was cheaper.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at your Night Sister team for Arena. Looks solid. You know, what mods you have. I mean, I haven't made a comparison to what mods you have in your inventory, but, you know, they're pretty damn well modded, pretty good. So, although Night Sister Zombie, I'm not sure why this is. Let me look at that again. I'm looking at this for a second. Wait. Let me go back and look at this. You have a speed arrow with 30 speed, but then you have 5 health mods.
Yeah, I need more speed mods.
So we may want to farm some speed mods. But
wait, you said the magic word. You said the word mods. Is Ground here?
Oh God!
Actually, I took all my speed off my Night Sisters for P4. I run no speed at all on that team now.
Great.
Because after the rework, they don't need speed. But don't forget to change them for TW, because that modding won't work for TW, but it works great in P4.
It's like
So
that
now
Tony knew what the keyword was in order to get Grande to show up.
Right.
So you got to so now there's a use for like health arrows, and there's a use for health crosses and health triangles, and it's on ye old Night Sisters for P4.
Yeah. I mean, your mods look fine, my friend. You just need to farm some more speed mods from what I'm seeing. Why did it go here? And filtering your mods. TG's being funky. Give me a second here. Let's just look at your speed
What's
secondaries.
up with that? What's up with that? Oh, that was a great skit. I'm sorry. Okay. So overall, while Ranger's getting that up, just looking at your roster and stuff. So how many Treyas do you see on your shard right now?
It's like 4 or 5. I know a couple of the guys are super close, as well.
Okay. So yeah, so you're gonna end up having to. So Bastila can beat Treya. I'll say that Bastila can beat Treya, but again, you need to make sure that they're modded really, really well. Like if your Grandmaster Yoda is not doing a ton of damage, if your Hermit Yoda is not fast enough in order to start making sure he goes first, then the opposing Enfys or something can go first. And obviously, they're not going to be able to remove your turn meter or anything. But Enfys is a pain, especially if she can dispel with her basic, even with all your stuff and everything on, and she can put the exposes, and you can get some nasty combinations there. So as long as you have your speed on your Hermit Yoda and your Grandmaster Yoda is doing a lot of damage, your Bastila team will be able to take out a Treya team.
Yeah.
Modding is going to be...
Yeah, your mods are on the right people. It's on your arena teams and stuff, so I have no problem with where you have your mods. So you do need some more speed sets.
So should I be farming more speed set mods, or should I be trying to upgrade some of my speed mods already?
That's a great question. So, how this works is the cheapest way to upgrade mods currently is if you have a bunch of speed mods or any mod that was like a D and procced like double-digit speed, right? So you have a green mod that procced a 12, 11, or a 10. That's your cheapest way to get faster mods. Then if you have a blue mod or a C mod and it procced anything north of 15, so it can proc anything from, it could proc anything as low as a 9 and as high as 18. But if it procced 15 or better, slice that up. And then of course any B mod that procs that's over 18, I would take those up.
Can I say your mods almost make me want to cry a little bit?
Do they?
It's not that they're bad, right? But I think you just got really unlucky. He has Grande, he has a purple mod that had 3 upgrades to speed. So 1 is the reveal and then 2 additional upgrades.
Yep.
Total speed is plus 11 on it.
Hey, I've got a mod that procced, I'm not even kidding you, procced speed 3 times and it procced a 9.
Yeah.
You could get that's like the opposite of a god mod, right? Right?
Yeah. So you have this mod, and it's your square on Bastila is the one I'm looking at right now, and you got like 3 rolls on speed, but just unfortunate that you got like the low end of it.
It could have been 18, but instead it got 9. Mm-hmm. Dude, I've had them before. I've had them. It happens. It's you just gotta. That's why God made beer, so you got a beer afterwards. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, you have a decent number of mods. You do lack speed secondaries. The ones that you have, you did take up in levels. So you have your plus 17 on Bastila, you have your plus 15 on Hermit Yoda that you took to 6E. You have a gold plus 12, again, 3 rolls with plus 12, which is it just hurts, on Hermit Yoda. So speed secondary on speed set, you're definitely lacking. But you don't only need to worry about speed alone. And
offense and crit damage.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of stats that become useful, right, depending on what you're looking for. So, like Chewie, for example, the new Chewie, and I know your bounty hunters aren't ready. I took a quick look at that before, but the new Chewie is he needs protection. Like, he needs to be loaded up with protection up the wazoo. And so, like, you can start making use of, like, your protection and stuff, and he attacks out of turn, so protection plus high damage is what you're looking for. You don't necessarily need a lot of speed. Han, you can just go with full offense. So there's a lot of different variants, but with your Bastila team being the key one, a fast Hermit Yoda is going to be somewhat critical. And so I would say you probably do want to consider farming speed sets. But
I think we need to talk about how to use energy, right? So
yeah,
the easiest way to use mod energy is to every day buy the 50 crystal ones. Don't ever buy the hundreds, but just buy the 350 crystal ones and do it for, like 6 months. And if you're looking for a specific mod, so I'm still, even at this point, looking for a specific mod, right? I'm looking for an offense primary cross on crit damage, crit chance. And I'm looking for it with specific secondaries. And I need like 3 of them. So I go in there and I farm. I use one of those 50 crystal refreshes and I farm half crit damage, half crit chance, and then I go back and then farm slicing materials because I'm still looking. I'm still hunting for that mod. Hopefully, it comes in as like a mod or like a B mod, right, where I don't have to slice it up as much because I don't want to slice it all the way from E all the way up to A because that just is really resource intensive and I don't want to do it. So, if you are still hunting for a few specific mods, you can spend some energy on mods. I don't think that that's unrealistic, and then spend some energy on slicing, right? That way you're kind of hedging your bets. You're doing a little of one and a little of the other, but long term, you will have spent more energy total on mods at the cheapest possible rate. I mean, buying the 350s is cheaper than that 600 crystal energy pack that they tell you is a good deal in the resource management screen, which, by the way, if you play every day, is like one of the worst possible deals on the planet. I mean, it's like buying that energy for 600 is a terrible deal.
Yeah,
unless you're doing the 200 refresh.
I do all my 50 refreshes every day.
Great. So he's doing that already. So he's doing all of his refreshes. He's doing all the 50s. So you should. Yep. I would just say continue on with that, and then just split it up a little bit, right? Do a little bit on mods, hoping you get some greens or some blues or some purples or some golds, and then do the rest of it on being incredibly strategic with your slicing.
Okay. And how good does the mod have to be to slice up to a 6E? I know.
So, I wouldn't even be bothering with 6C mods right now.
Yeah.
You need to get all your mods to 5A. 6C.
I totally agree with Ranger. Totally agree with Ranger on this one. I mean, we probably all need 100 to 200 mods at gold status 5A before we even consider saying, okay, this mod is worthy of 6A status, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you can't still continue to buy those materials, because there's one material in the 6s that's not farmable, really. And it's the one that you get from the guild store. So if you wanted to, every time you did a raid and you got loaded up on guild currency, go in there and buy 3 of that 6E salvage, so that when you did find one, that procced 17, 18, 22 speed, something like that, and procced it on like an offense or a health, primary on a set bonus that you like, you could actually use it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm looking just over your general roster, right? And I can see you got, other than JTR, you got all the other legendaries, which is good, right? So there's some focus you need to do. Han Solo is gear 10. You need to get into 12 bayonet for the heroic Sith raid. CLS as well needs gear. R2 needs gear. There's a lot of gear, and that'll just come with time, right? Your Sith needs some work, which I can tell you're working on them. You've got what you need for. I was checking to see how the Viagra brothers were looking with veteran Han and Chewie. You're set for JR when she comes back around, so that's going to be a big help. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff in place to rock and roll, so you're on the right path for your farm. So whatever you're doing, just stick with it. Just pick one, whether it's CLS Han, or you go Sith, whatever it is you're going to do, pick it, gear it up, focus on one team at a time. you're at that stage where you've got the pieces. Now we just need to round them off. Night Sister's fine. We know that.
Yep.
Jedi look really great, so we don't have to worry about Jedi. So we've already got 2 solid teams right there. Now it's like, okay, what are we going to work on next? We can work on Rebels and finish them up. Just the ones that you need. We can go Sith. We can go whatever. I mean, those are the teams you want to do. There's a lot of good pieces in there that you can use in a lot of different ways. And then when you get your JTR, you can focus on getting your resistance up. So I think it's a gear check for you, and but you've got the pieces in place. Once you get JTR, then the next thing you probably have to keep working on is your bounty hunters. I seriously recommend Bosk for this event. So when it comes around next time, you're ready for it, right? It can be beaten without Bosk, but I just. Boss makes a huge difference on how easy it is to beat, and not even to gear 12. I went in there with a gear 11 boss and had no problems with it. But you're going to need at least 10 and 11 on the other bounty hunters with boss to be able to beat it. If not, then you're going to have to get your bounty hunters exceptionally high gear, and the reason you need to have them gear 11, actually I'd say gear 12, is because of how hard that event hits. The NPCs hit so hard and so fast, and you can't. Unless you have ridiculous mods, they're going to go first, and they're going to tear you apart. And if you don't have high, health and protection on your characters, they're just going to go down too quickly, right? And you just need RNG in your favor. So really, Bosk is the key. So keep farming Bosk, and you'll need the Zeta on him eventually, but. With this event, it'll probably roll around a couple months after this, so you'll have time to get him ready and your bounty hunters ready. And that'll be the last. Who is swimming?
I'm in the hot tub. I'm out of the hot tub.
The hell?
Come on.
He's a big deal. He does his streams from the hot tub.
You knew.
That's like the epitome of big dealness right there.
I'm telling you, I was in the hot tub.
I
forgot my sunglasses, and I was having to.
Jeez.
To read the screen. Hey, listen.
Jesus Christ, Grotty.
Okay, I need to ask the hot tub expert. Ouchie, does being in a hot tub have anything to do with forgetting sunglasses? Sunglasses?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Grande, I think that was just a fail.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I had to.
Sorry,
we got priorities around here, guys. We got priorities.
I guess.
Why are you getting out, Grande? Why aren't you staying in?
We got priorities around here. Yard work, hot tub, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. What can I say?
Right, but now you're done with the yard work, right?
Well, that's why I'm in the hot tub. Come on.
I thought you were getting out.
No.
I
had to go get my sunglasses. I had to go get my sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
Too bright.
Got it.
And then I have to go dry off my hands because I got to go kick somebody and do the 600 for them.
Okay. All right. It's a busy day.
A day in the life of the big deal.
I'm telling you.
Bringing down the hammer.
If you guys only knew.
I apologize, Fat Tony.
Yeah, I don't know what it.
There's just no going back after this. It's just
hey, what can I say?
First, he tags like everyone that's online with a here tag.
I did not. I tagged at here.
You did add it here, dude. People leave their Discord on and go to sleep.
Well, then that's their fault.
I'm gonna get
only tag people with Discord open.
And all of that to make sure everyone knew that Hideous got his tray unlocked. Congrats to Hideous, but damn, really, Grande?
It wasn't even about me, right? I was living vicariously through someone else. Give me a break.
Well, we have to say congratulations to Darth Hideous.
We do.
Yes.
Exactly. I thought it was pretty cool.
All day, Grande. It's just the way it is.
And then people tagged you in the I Blame Finn channel.
Well, of course, because apparently I let you tag everyone with that here.
Oh, right.
Okay, Okay.
Oh,
So
all right. What else can we help answer for you there, Fat Tony? You're doing a really good job, buddy. So just
Yeah,
need to get some
and
speed
with
mods with
mods-
secondaries and keep focusing on tunes. Just be more specific. Go all in on one or the other, like you did with Night Sisters and Jedi. I would say Rebels. Go ahead and get your CLS and your Han Solo and R2 up. That's really going to help you out in the raid and some other things.
And like Grande said, the B and the A level mods, keep an eye out for those in the mod store too. I wouldn't go below a B where you are because that would be a waste of credits. And
Yeah, it
you
is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But-
That's an excellent point about the mod store.
Yeah, so look for speed sets that show speed secondaries on purple or gold mods that show up in the mod store. Because the mod challenges, you need a lot of mods. So the mod challenges actually do benefit you, but you do need to get some higher level ones for your arena. So you can supplement it kind of with the mod store as well, but not below purple. So don't bother with blues, greens, or grays. And look for speed set with speed secondaries primarily, I would say.
Okay.
There you go.
And then
Go for it.
Zeta priority next. I planned on doing Ezra, followed by Han Solo.
No, Han Solo
for the raid.
Ooh,
Han Solo.
yeah.
You need.
I think Han.
Han.
I think Han
Ezra's,
is
you
better
don't
than
need
Ezra.
you don't need the Zeta on Ezra, but CLS, Han, R2, they need Zetas. I mean, you got a lot of characters that are higher priority that you'll get more bang for your buck with for Zetas. Ezra's fine. I mean, his Zeta's nice, but it's not needed for the Jedi team, right? You know, you've got the Zetas on the Jedi that you actually need. So
You're trying to run Jedi in P1, right?
Phase 2.
You're running Bastila Jedi's in P2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hermit Yoda, that kind of stuff. But he's got the Zetas for on the other characters that he's fine with that. I would try to work on getting at least Phase 3 covered because you've got Phase 4 and you can't really do anything Phase 1. I mean, you can, but until you get JTR, which you'll have soon.
That's true. Your couple Zetas in P3, your Chex Mix Zetas would give you your big damage for Phase 1, 2, and 3.
Need to finish up Turret, get CLS, get Han. You got to get Han to gear 12 with that bayonet with his Zeta, and that's how you get that just ridiculous damage from him. CLS is a part of that, and they're just great characters to have and for everything, whether it be territory battles, territory wars, the raid. They all have a function, and you'll get a lot of bang for your buck for those.
If you're focusing on heroic Sith too, right? You're ready for the Return of Jedi Training Rey. You're gonna need a Zeta on BB-8. You're gonna need one on Jedi Training Rey's leader, plus Han Solo. So those would be your 3 Zetas if you want to focus on the next ones. But you have gear that you need on all of them before you put a Zeta.
Yeah.
It hasn't been announced when the next JTR is coming.
Yeah,
though,
but we
it's on the. It is.
Oh, it is. Okay, good.
It's on the
It's on
October
the
calendar.
10th or 11th.
Oh, there we go. See, you'll have her
It's
soon.
coming in the middle of the month. CLS is
very
coming
nice.
towards the beginning of the month. So all those 2 legendaries or heroes journeys have been announced for October. So the only thing though, you're like Ranger was just mentioning, your Han Solo is gear 10, your BB-8 is gear 8, your Jedi Training Rey is obviously not here yet. But the rest of your team for Phase 2 or Phase 1, if you're going to run the Jedi Training Rey team, R2 is gear 8, Resistance Trooper is gear 7, your Scavenger Rey is gear 10. Like all of those have to go up. So I think the Zetas where they should go next is fairly straightforward with you, especially since you're focusing on heroic Sith, and they're all good Zetas too. Han Solo, BB-8s, roll with the punches, and then Jedi Training Rey's leader.
Yeah, these are all solid Zetas.
The only thing is, save them until your gear is ready, because a Zeta on those characters before the gear ready is just wasted. Right? So just work on the gears for those, and then I think you're on the right track there.
I think I first ran those characters when they were gear 10.
Yeah. Gear 10 would be kind of the starting point for him.
I mean, I think that's when I really ran them was gear 10.
Except for Han. Han really needs gear 12, otherwise he doesn't.
Totally agree on Han, but I'm talking about BB-8 and Rey. I mean, I wasn't doing great damage. I think I was doing like 2 or 3% maybe in those phases in the beginning. But yeah, you can get there for sure.
And then another one after those 3. Again, I'm gonna just go back to that team. Consider Emperor Palpatine lead. Getting your Sith team together is a team that can help in arena. It can't beat Traya teams. It's a little bit of an RNG thing with the coin flip if you play it, but Emperor Palpatine is a solid team, and he'll help you with an extra like million or so damage in phase 2 if you have them all geared.
Emperor Palpatine will help you greatly. All right. What else you want us to look at, Fat Tony? Hey,
Just
Fat Tony, what you want us to look at? Hey.
glance at ships and see if there's anything you think I should be working on in there. I've been
Forget about it.
in a 3-man rotation in ships, just rank 1. Sometimes the climb is a little bit tougher now with the new
you
bounty
got some
hunter
nice
ships and
ships.
stuff.
Oh, you got some nice ships there, buddy.
You need to gear up some of your pilots on the better ships.
Yeah, that's the thing that's killing you. Yeah, you got some really nice ships.
So what is the full lineup you're using? Let's start there.
I use Biggs with First Order TIE Pilot and normal TIE Pilot. And then I bring in Phantom 2 off the bench, followed by Vader. And then that's either usually a win or I've lost.
What capital ship?
Tarkin.
Your climbing buddy. I like his first 2 in reinforcements a lot.
Yes, they're really good.
Your
Without
starting
a
lineup
doubt,
has me confused, though.
Yeah, the starting lineup.
Why are you not using TIE Advanced?
Because I like
brings
it
them off
in
the bench.
reinforcements. Yeah.
It
Puts
is
him in off the bench, which
amazing
makes sense
reinforcement.
because if they're if they got a taunt or they're stealthed, this way it puts dots. And if you've got the reinforcements totally maxed out, it puts sometimes enough dots where you can.
Except the problem is Imperial TIE Fighter and First Order TIE Fighter don't have a guaranteed target lock.
I would actually. You're not using.
And you're using Biggs in the starting lineup.
Well,
if you don't have that guaranteed target lock.
I'll tell you what I like. I like Biggs, Imperial TIE Fighter, and Silencer.
Well, hold on. So he does have a guaranteed target lock. It comes in his first reinforcement. He brings in his first reinforcement,
which is turn 2. So you have no taunt on Biggs for 2 rounds of a capital ship. That's
not 2
asking
rounds,
for your
1
other ships to
round.
die.
But I get your point. I mean I run without target locks. I run that same freaking thing, because I bring in, So what you're saying is you'd rather him have a taunt earlier.
Yeah, because you need target locked in order to keep. Biggs is a really bad tank without
First Order TIE Fighter pilot can get target lock, so can
but
Imperial
60%.
Right, but it's not.
I know it's not guaranteed, but it's not.
That's the problem. It's not a guaranteed target.
See, the
lock.
thing
if
I
you
would
don't hit that target lock, Biggs is not going to.
I like TIE Silencer.
I
like TIE Silencer in your starting line because you can
How we doing
stun
on
one of the
Sunfac?
ships and stuff. And
I was looking at Sunfac. Sunfac has the ship at 6-star, level 69, but his pilot is gear 5.
Yeah, I haven't geared up any of the geos yet.
Yeah, so geos are not part of the equation. Although you're doing really well with the farm. Some really nice ships here, my friend. Some really nice ships. Damn it, Grande! Quit swashing in the tub! This is completely throwing me off.
Hey.
Do you have a rubber ducky, Grande?
No, I don't.
Rubber ducky,
I do
you're
not. Is it a
the
chicken?
one.
It's me and my phone and a towel and a water bottle.
I don't want to go there. Okay. So if you're running Biggs, so this is just me, and it's up to you kind of how you want to do it. But I personally, if you're running Biggs in the starting lineup, Biggs is a very bad tank unless you're recovering his protection. He's not very tanky overall compared to the other tanks. His main benefit is that he recovers protection so much when you do target lock. So for me, I would change your starting lineup to Biggs TIE Advanced, and then you can go either First Order TIE Fighter or Imperial TIE Fighter. It doesn't really matter. First Order TIE Fighter gets a little bit more speed, and so you can maybe get some double taps and stuff going, but Imperial TIE gives you that evasion ability that if you time right can gain turn meter. But that would be my suggestion, is to put TIE Advanced in the starting lineup. His reinforcement is good, but it's better with other tanks like Sunfac or Houndstooth, where you don't need target lock in order to keep those tanks up if you actually have them like geared up and whatnot.
And I say go Biggs, Imperial TIE Fighter, and TIE Silencer as your starting lineup, and then keep your reinforcements the way they are. I like that team myself. But play around with those and see how it works for you.
Okay.
All
Those
right.
are some suggestions.
There you go.
You do want to work on your Poe, by the way.
Yeah, he's amazing.
You have your Poe ship at 85. You have him at 6-star, but work on Poe's gear and everything because Poe is a nasty ship coming off of reinforcement.
Oh, it's so hard.
You can basically just kill any ship you want almost. Any non-tank Poe can take out once you get his reinforcement maxed out.
And he's got
and you have it maxed out, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Are there any other reinforcements I'd be working on? Because I'm kind of at the point where I don't know where to throw my reinforcement material to.
If you have your ship lineup, right, and you're doing fine, then just save it. Because obviously you don't have a need for any of the other reinforcements, right? So just go ahead and save them for now because there's probably going to be a big influx of ships coming soon. We see IG-2000, right? That just came in. It has a droid tag, which means there's probably going to be other droid ships coming in. It may be a separatist rework, so you may get multiple droid ships, and so we don't know how the meta is going to change. If you have your lineup and everything going, just save them for now. I don't think you need to spend them on another ship for now.
All right. So, and as you go forward there, Fat Tony, as you do your stuff, just get with us if you have any questions, stuff. You know how that works, my friend. All right. Fat Tony, hang out with us. We're going to do another profile here, so hang out with us, and if you want to offer any insight, please do. All right, let's go on to the next one. We are doing Eric's profile, and they are in the Covenant of the Force. Yield Covenant of the Force. What are they looking for today, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman?
I think this is going to sound a little bit familiar, but
What?
it's going to be Heroic Sith.
Oh, Lord.
A little bit of a review of his arena.
Okay.
Where he can put his next Zetas, and then looking at his fleet. But his fleet is more for PvE because he can't get through the stage 5, the hard 5D.
Well, let's just look for his characters for Heroic Sith then. Got some nice pieces already, I'm looking.
Yeah, I see Jedi training.
I see you listened to Finn and got a 12 Gear 12 Savage with a Zeta. No,
I did not recommend that. Just for reference, I never recommended it. I said that was my vanity character. I love Savage's kid, but it's not. It's not a character.
All right. It's got some nice pieces here. Let's start breaking it down. Let's look at phase 1. Let's look at right for resistance. Come on, Gigi. Eventually. Okay. Yeah, phase 1 team, solid. Looking good. 2 Zetas on Rey, 1 on R2, 1 on BB-8. They're all Gear 12. Phase 1's fantastic. Let's look at what he has available overall for phase 2. Come on, Gigi. Gigi. Looking for what he has. Akbar's a possibility. Leia's 9. He's going to have to get her up. He's going to go shotgun Leia. Hermit Yoda's only 5 stars. I'm not even seeing a Wampa. So that's not going to work. Most likely going to have to go with the shotgun Leia team. Shoot. Does have a Gear 12 Kenobi. That's a 4-star Gear 11 Zeta Nest. That's nice. I'm trying to figure out what to run here for phase 2, Finn. It looks like shotgun Leia, but I'm trying to think of what to add with it. It's going to have to get Leia to Gear 11 at least. Why is Gigi doing this to me, Finn? I think Scott just went cray-cray.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Finn's not saying anything, so he must be muted.
Well, you know. Who knows what he's doing? Talking to his boards or something.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's go look at... It's nice. So I want to come back to the phase 2 team, because... Let's look at Night Sisters, and then I want to look at his... Looks like he's got what he needs for Chex Mix. Yeah, Night Sisters are great. Zombies gear 10, so not a problem there. So he's got the Phase 1 and Phase 4 teams covered.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Friggin' Skype said that my mic or something wasn't working, so I've been talking now for the past like 5 minutes and no one heard a thing I said.
That's right. We couldn't hear you. We weren't ignoring you.
I feel like Cartman when you all pretend he was dead. Okay, yeah, so I was saying we can look at his Phase 3 a little bit instead, because Phase 2 we can come back to, because there's a lot of different options as long as he has the other ones.
Well, looks like he's got what he needs for checks. Well, I'm looking for Chirrut.
No, he doesn't. His Chirrut is only 4-star.
No.
His POW
Sabine's
is
not ready.
8-star. So he's not ready for Chex Mix.
Well, he's got CLS, he's got Han. Does he have Death Trooper?
Mm-hmm. He does.
Yeah, but it's not going to work as well because without Chirrut there...
You're going to be running a super RNG squad, potentially. Does he have Rex and does he have Jedi Knight Anakin? Then we can talk about a super RNG squad. His Jedi Knight Anakin is 5-star. Nope, so he's not going to get offense up.
And Rex is 6 stars, level 1. So that's not happening. Phase 2 is, let's just say if he's got First Order, he can go in there with them and use them. Let's look at First Order real quick.
Yeah, you have to work on the characters for Phase 3, so you're definitely not ready for that one yet.
But he's got Phase 1 and 4, that's good. I mean...
Yeah.
Hey, does he have Poggle? You can use Poggle for offense up.
Yeah, but he's missing everything. He doesn't have Rex, he doesn't have Chirrut, and I'm assuming his bounty hunters aren't ready.
Hold on, there's some other characters that give
he could run First Order.
There's an Ewok that gives tenacity up.
How dare you?
Hey, I'm just saying.
How dare you bring those little murder bears into this conversation?
Just pose the question to you this way, Grande. If he doesn't have Chirrut, and if he doesn't have Rex, what are the chances he has an Ewok?
Probably not very good. But I'm just trying.
The hot water tub has made Grande go mushy.
I'm gonna tell you. To me, it feels like the end of the movie Titanic. Infinity is that rich chick that's sitting on the freaking door, and she just shoved me off into the freaking Atlantic Ocean.
I mean, First Order's a
Thanks,
possibility.
Dr. Finn, medicine woman.
So he could run First Order, but they're under geared. The stars are there, but he doesn't have First Order Stormtrooper's not even close to being done.
It's going to be a guild effort for you for the heroic Sith.
I mean, the good thing is you got 2 solid teams for 1 and 4 that you can contribute a lot to.
And I think he can build a team for Phase 2. He has potentials for Phase 2. They may not be the strongest one since he doesn't have Wampa. And his Princess Leia was... Where is it? I saw it here. Where was this Princess Leia?
Yeah, she's she's 9. It's
gear 9. So you can work towards your team with Princess Leia in that. It's going to be a little bit of a weird team because your Sabine isn't ready, but you can do a Akbar, Princess Leia, Kenobi, Thrawn, and then run another tank like a Shore Trooper instead, or Hermit Yoda. So you have some potential options here where it's going to be a little bit different than regular. You're not going to have Sabine for this one.
No.
So instead of Sabine, you're basically putting in Thrawn in order to do a fracture to help compensate for the lack of armor shred. So Akbar, Princess Leia, Kenobi, Thrawn, Hermit Yoda, but you don't have Hermit Yoda either.
Yep, right? He's only 5-star.
5-star. So then you'd be running another tank, which would be a Shore Trooper, which I think he has. Yeah, he has a 7-star, gear 8 though, so you have to work on Shore Trooper's gear. But Shore Trooper is the potential there. The other one is to go with a little bit more healing, which would be a potential Barriss, but his Barriss is only 4-star. Yeah, so you're looking at just basically that team for Phase 2, and you're going to have to work. And then the other team is your Sith team, which you actually do have. It'll be Emperor Palpatine, Vader, Nihilus, Scion, Sith Trooper. That would be your another team for Phase 2. You're basically just trying to feed turn meter to Nihilus. and get him to just do as many annihilates as possible without Hermit Yoda, without a lot of additional healing or reduction of his drain force. You're probably going to be looking at around 500 to 600,000, I would imagine, with that team. But then you have your Akbar, Princess Leia, Kenobi, Thrawn, and Shore Trooper, and if you gear them up, you could get a decent amount of damage with that.
I agree. All right, so that's some of the teams he can start focusing on for Heroic Sith. Got some great pieces already, though. Very nice that you have Phase 1 and 4 ready to rock and roll. All right, well, what else do we need to look at? We looked at Heroic Sith. What else, Dr. Finn?
So his arena, he's just saying that he can't get higher because it just interferes with his time. He thinks he could get higher if he had the time to do it, but that's the main reason why. But if we could look over his mods to see if his mods are on the right place at least. So arena, like a lot of people, the struggle is just scheduling. It comes at an inconvenient time.
I see that he's had nests in there. I want to see what his speed of his nest is. Either you have a fast Thrawn or you have a fast nest. And let's see what the speed is on her. Nope, 249. Not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. I'm going to look at Thrawn. And you need a speed set for Emphas.
I think that's where he is lacking a little bit. I'm trying to see his speed sets.
I'm looking at Thrawn.
He actually seems to have more on Palpatine than he has on anyone else.
Okay, this is driving me nuts. I'm looking at... oh, God. Okay, buddy. Thrawn has 3 of the 4 speed sets on there, but nothing else. He doesn't have the complete speed set, and his Thrawn's at 285. No. God. No. Okay, we have got to put another speed set here. I don't care if it's the diamond. And then the other 3 don't even matter. Oh, okay. Look. Okay. Okay. We need to put...
We need to look at your mods. Your mods are a bit scattered. They're not focused. You have a lot of speed on Emperor Palpatine, who's probably the one that needs the least speed on that team. Your Vader, your Enfys, and your Thrawn should be the fastest.
Yes.
Your Scion and Nihilus also need some speed, but probably after those 3 characters. Emperor Palpatine needs a bunch of potency, and then you can get speed as well, but he needs a lot of potency because you're trying to land those shocks and stuff. I think you could do better if you remodded.
Yes.
But we need to... I think we would have to go quite a bit into your mods. So just hit us up on Discord and we can help you with
There's no point of having 3 out of 4 speeds because you're not getting the bonus from the speed sets. So
maybe you did it just to drive you insane.
Me? I'm surprised you and Grande aren't like jumping through the screen right now going, no!
I'm in the pool.
Yeah. Grande was so shocked he actually dried off while in the pool. That's how.
I did. I dried off while in the pool. I was so excited.
It's ooh, God. We got some remodeling to do, buddy. I mean,
yeah,
you're hurting yourself. I mean, you have the right idea of putting as much speed on, but the sets have to make sense, right? And you're just. I mean,
your mods are just too scattered. We definitely have to focus it. I think. It's even if you don't have a lot of speed sets, right, or a lot of mods, you still need to get them on the right characters.
And focus,
and I think that's where
if you went with like one of your best speed sets of your cross, your circle, or your diamond, you're gonna get some bang for your buck with that because you got some great mods, with some good speeds on them, but it's like they're not being put in the correct places and stuff. I mean,
all right. So we'll have to definitely go into more details on your mods here and give you an idea about how you need to mod them. So we can do that on Discord as well.
Yeah,
because we have to go over like your entire arena team for that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the last thing is his fleet. Trying to get through the hard node 5D.
All right, let's go through this. Let's see here. Hard node 5D. Now, I lost track where it is. It's on it was a Thursday 4 weeks ago, whatever I did, how you beat the lineup you can use. I went with my starting lineup was Biggs, Silencer, and Ty Advanced. And I can't remember what I used off the bench. You have to go back and look.
I think one of them was Plo, though, right? Because we were trying to keep him healed.
Plo Koon was one of the
But his Plo Koon is
reinforcements.
4-star, and his Plo Koon, his ship is 4-star level 1, and the character itself is 6-star level 1. So.
That's not going to work. So we can't use the Plo Koon. So what can we use? Can't use Umbaran. I don't think he has the ships.
He might just have to go super tanky, try a Houndstooth, try a Sunfac, try Jedi Consular, maybe. He has to look for some way to continue to heal Biggs, and then he's going to need other tanky ships. And I think Sunfac and Houndstooth are his only two options here because a lot of his other ships aren't ready.
Yeah.
So I think you're kind of. I want to say you're almost forced into it because your capital ships are 6-star. They're not 7, so you're only getting 3 reinforcements, right? And right, I think you get your 4th at 7-star.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think what you're ending up with is Biggs, Ty Advanced. I'm fine with Silencer, so you can try and get some of the stuns and stuff in. And then Sunfac, Houndstooth, and Slave 1. I think that's the way you have to go with this lineup and try and beat it just from out-tanking it. Now, I don't think that's going to 3-star it, but if you're looking just to get past it, I think that's the lineup that you have that can do it, but it's not going to be terribly easy.
If you want to go back and look at that episode where I focused on that, it was a Thursday lunch stream 3 or 4 weeks ago. It gives you an idea of the lineup that I used and what ships I used. Maybe something, if you can't beat it now, maybe you can farm toward, because I know that's for your Emphas Nest node and stuff. So yeah, go check that out. And it gives you an idea of who to farm. I just can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of who I put. I know Plo Koon was a huge. I mean, for these battles, Plo Koon is the MVP. Because you bring him in and he gives you health and protection back and does all this crazy good stuff that makes it so you can survive a lot of these battles. But if you would have to look and see what you're using and how it's going and stuff, I just think you're lacking a little bit of what some of the ships you need to really be effective in that. So keep farming what you're farming, keep getting your ships up. Eventually you'll be able to knock it out. Okay, so that covers ships for 5D. We got some work to do there. We got some work to do with your other characters. Overall, great job with your roster, Eric. You've got some really nice stuff. We just have some other stuff we have to work on for Phase 2 and Phase 3. I think Arena, we have to really work on remodding your characters because I think that's probably holding you back. And I think if we can get that fixed for you, then you'll be in a really good spot. Anything else there, Dr. Finn?
No, I think that was pretty much it. So if you have any other questions, then hit us up on the Discord.
All right, let's rock and roll and let's do some questions. Dr. Finn, let's start knocking these out because I know there's a lot of them.
I'm getting them up right now. And just for everyone else, so you guys know, there's a new game being released today. It's actually supposed to be released in about 7 minutes. It's a Mega Man 11 for the PC. So it's going to go live in 11 and in 7 minutes. And so at 1:30, I have it set for 1:30, but pretty much once we're done with the lunch stream, I'm going to be live streaming the gameplay for that. So you guys can jump onto that stream as well if you guys want to after this.
I'm going to try to be on, but I got a lot of stuff I got to get done, so
no worries.
Be in and out.
Okay, so let's start ramming through these questions. Camille Buhalski, Ranger, don't you have too many crystals?
No, I'm saving crystals. Are you cray? I use 3 of the 50 energy refreshes and 1 Cantina one every day for my farm. So 250 crystals. Okay. But I'm getting top 4 in Arena every day, either 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that plus your daily ones and everything else you get, then, it's not like I'm not spending crystals. I am. But I make enough crystals that I'm, getting them in there till I can use them for characters as, I'm saving to see what we're going to need next. And then I'm going to, do my thing.
All right, next question, Mr. Pennypinch. Question: can you guys please get with me this evening and help me beat the 7-star Chewy event? I have Bosk now and can't beat it. Doesn't need to be a stream. Thanks.
We can. I don't know.
I'm sure we can try and help you. It's going to probably just be a mods thing as long as your gear and stuff is decent. So.
Yeah.
Paul Morgan question: how long before CG reworks Night Sisters again so they can solo phase 4 of the Sith raid on Nihilus?
They're almost there. I think you could beat all of Nihilus.
You can. Skeltrace made a video of it.
I think you could beat all of Nihilus, and you could possibly get it to where Nihilus never even takes a turn. So effectively, Nihilus has turned into the Gamorrean Guard in P1 of the Rancor.
I told you guys not to go all crazy about hating on the new zombie. The new zombie has a lot of potential with the ability, so it's possible they'll nerf it again. So just wait.
Yeah, just wait. Just
Jason Krolik question: what do you think of the hint that SB Crumb dropped on the forums? It's not on the forums, right? It was Reddit, I think. And yeah, C-3PO.
What was it? What was the hint?
So he put a little emoji and just said, "How many languages do you know?" But earlier,
oh my god!
And before that, he actually put an image of old Ben with all the troopers around him, with C-3PO and R2 in his car with Luke, and he's basically said, "These are not the droids you're looking for." It's pretty sure that it's going to be C-3PO. So, yeah. Yeah. Next thing. So if you guys aren't following Reddit, they're a lot more interactive on Reddit than they are on the forums. Forums are more official, and the Reddit is a lot more laid back. So you guys should follow the Reddit if you're not. Danilo Papayas question: I had the Nightmare team in Arena and fall a lot. Would I drop less if I replaced one of the members with Sith Trooper in the last battle, and if so, with whom?
Yeah, Sith Trooper is really, really good. I think the lineup that... So there's two ways you can go about it. You can go about this. Sith Trooper's just good for defense because he's with Scion, that's 2 tanks, right? It makes it really difficult to get around, especially it can be done, and once you know how to do it, it's not that hard, but RNG can still work against you where you're like, God dang it, that damn Sith Trooper taunted again! Son of a... it throws off everything. The other one is just to have a ridiculously fast Thrawn or Emphas on your team to where your team on defense goes before theirs. It just helps you drop less. Because I've run into those teams like, okay, Thrawn went, Emphas went, God dang, Palpatine went, God damn it, I can't do anything. So it's like... So, but I run Sith Trooper on my team, even on offense, and I like it a lot.
Sith Trooper, the whole Palpatine lead though with the Nightmare team, the problem is that there's just too many counters to Palpatine lead.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah, I mean, Trey is the key component of that because it can be done, but I usually see Palpatine with a fast Thrawn and a fast Nihilus with just fast Thrawn and Emphas with Nihilus and Scion on there. But the team is just ridiculously fast, and it just goes before you, and that's how it wins on defense. So that's your better bet than Sith Trooper. Sith Trooper will give you a little bit more survivability, but it's not hard to get around with a Palpatine lead. It can, because he is a pain in the ass to deal with, but the Emphas Thrawn ability, like say, even if you can't get your Emphas, say, fast, getting your Thrawn fast, I've seen it every time. Thrawn will automatically speed up Emphas, especially if he goes first. It's like, okay, I go first, Emphas, you go. She goes.
Yep, then, I see it every time. It works like that every time.
Yeah, so you have two options. Either just go all in on Emphas and she goes first, and then your Thrawn can do whatever, or you have a ridiculously fast Thrawn that will automatically every time do Emphas, and then the team, that's how it works on defense. So there you go.
All right. Next question is from Jason Krolik. Question: what gear levels do I need to get Jedi Training Ray with Scavenger Ray, Finn, BB-8, and the vets?
Gear 7.
Yeah.
Gear 8.
Yeah.
Not anything else.
7 or 8 should be enough for that. It really is just a star check more than anything else.
Yep.
What else? 73 question: for the upcoming half marathon, wouldn't it be more fun for us if you guys didn't try to get in shape and still ran it?
I'm not dying for anybody. We are trying to...
here's the thing.
Swimming in the pool.
I'm trying to raise money for cancer.
No, it wouldn't be, because here's what's going to happen. We have to keep a certain pace for the event. Otherwise, they have a cart that takes us to basically the tent that people can come and pick us up. So if we don't keep pace, then they're going to basically just take us off. And the other thing is, as we run, we're going to be able to interact with some of the characters and stuff they have along the path, and we're going to take pictures and stuff for all of you.
I'm willing to bet if we freaking walk, we wouldn't. I mean, as long as we don't quit.
It's a fast walk. It's like three. We have to average a little more than 3.5 miles per hour in terms of a walk. It's a fast walk. But yeah, we can definitely go a little bit and then just walk for a little bit and alternate, and that we should be fine. So,
we still got
next question.
Though.
Yeah, as long as we can do it for 13 miles. Neovenom 2 question: if you could choose the next tie to bring into the game, which one would you pick? I would pick tie defender.
I go interceptor.
I would go with the bomber.
Bomber would be cool, yeah. Defensive tie. Or defender.
Like the Imperial Probe ships.
Yeah.
I want that red one that Royal Guard is the pilot
Well,
of.
you can't have it, Grande.
What's it called? No, there is where it's like...
That was the...
can't remember the name
Interceptor, right? Yeah.
It was an interceptor, but it was the Royal Guard's specific ships for, flying with the Emperor and all that kind of crap.
That's what I
Next
want.
one, Paul Morgan question: can Rangers sing Eddie Murphy's Hot Tub?
I'm gonna get in the hot tub one time. Ah!
Grim, sorry for not being around. A couple of the guys here at the shop are out sick, so I'm picking up the slack. I have 2 Zetas, contemplating the duo Zeta on Mission and Zalbar. Should I? I mean, if you want to. They're a pretty neat combination, but you really need to invest in their gear, and depends where you are in the game.
Zalbar is the one to do and not Mission. That's just...
Yeah.
And if you wanted to do it, potentially you could do Mission. I also think that L3 looks kind of interesting. It's just me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go to the next question. Corey Wilson question: with Jedi Training Ray coming, hold on to Zetas or use on Chewbacca's second and R2 second? Arena team is CLS, R2, Thrawn, Han, and Chewbacca all 7-star. Chewbacca doesn't need his second, really.
No.
It helps against Nihilus. That's pretty much what it is. It's an anti-Nihilus Zeta.
You mean Trey?
If you want it, you can. But it's not really necessary, so it's up to you.
I would do that one. I would do the immune to ability block and cooldown increase over the other one. I mean, if you think about it, you're running him with CLS, regens his own protection. You're running him with OG Han, regens his own health.
Yeah, but not enough to counter Treya's lead if you're using it against him.
No, but 3% each time, right? And CLS does regen enough. But I'm just saying, I don't think
CLS does. Han doesn't. Han is relatively squishy.
Well, I'm not saying he's not squishy. I'm just saying you get him down to red, he double taps, and he's at full health again. That's what I'm saying is, on offense, I'm not sure 3% health and 3% protection is worth a Zeta.
Oh, I definitely do, but the other one, I like it against Nihilus, but it's very specific only to that team, so you have to make sure that you're using it against them.
I think someone else increases cooldowns now too, though, don't they?
Death Trooper does.
Oh, I thought there was somebody else. Thought there was another one.
There may be somebody else, but I can't think of anybody besides Nihilus and Death Trooper. But I would definitely go with the Loyal Friend first. But if you're asking whether or not to save it for Jedi Training Ray, I would save it for Jedi Training Ray over those. Would you agree there, Grande? Save it for Jedi Training Ray's leader instead of using it on Chewbacca's second ability or R2 second?
Make it so, number one. I totally agree.
There we go. Dakar question: is Visas Mar somehow connected to KOTOR? Do we need to panic farm her?
No.
She is, but not in this game. So probably not. Neovenom 2 question: why would Grande subject us to the horror of picturing him in the hot tub?
Yeah, right.
You will be getting my therapy bill, Grande.
Good job, Grande.
And he just has a towel. Keep that in mind too. All right.
I'm just telling you. Hey, look. There are multiple people, including one I've been married to for 20 years, who finds that relatively attractive. Just saying.
There you go. All right. Michael Longmead, question. I have seen a few bounty hunter enthusiasts run a Django lead arena team with Boba, Bosk, Nest, and Dengar that consistently beats Traya teams. With original trilogy Chewie being released, would Django, Boba, Bosk, original Chewie, and Raid Han be a better way to go? Any insight on the strengths and weaknesses of each of the versions would be greatly appreciated.
So Django is meant to counter Night Sisters, the Night Sister rework, more than Django is meant to be another Traya killer.
Mm-hmm.
But it is.
I'm not saying it won't work. I'm just saying you're using scissors to try and beat rock. Just get paper and beat rock.
Django destroys Traya teams. But it works better in congruence with the team you just mentioned. Adding Han and Chewie, there's the synergy is not as there. I mean, the thing you could think about too, if you're doing territory wars, if you have a Django team like bounty hunters and stuff, and then you throw in, you have another Traya killing team with CLS, Han, Chewbacca thing. That's two Traya killing teams right there. I'd kind of like to go that route more than I would, But if you're talking arena,
I would change Boba, to be honest. And so Bosk also becomes questionable, right? Because Enfys is what really helps that team when you get the days off early.
Yep.
So the Django with Enfys, if you want to run OT Chewie and Han is fine, and then Bosk for a taunt. I mean, I'm okay with that team. I think Enfys is probably more important, but it would be neat to test it to see if you. I mean, I don't have the characters to test it, so
maybe we go get all missed on Thursday and hang out with him, Finn, and run some of this stuff.
Possibly. Yeah. I think Enfys with Django is what really puts you over the top, because the lead of Django gives speed to all scoundrels, not just bounty hunters, and so Enfys Nest is going to go first. She can do the cooldown or the turn meter reduction and the days, which means Nihilus won't be gaining turn meter, and you can really start popping off on Traya team. So if you want to sub, I would say sub Boba for Enfys, Django, Enfys, Bosk, OT Chewie, and Han, and that may be a reasonable way to go. Again, it's going to be reliant on Bosk taunting, so you'll have to see how that goes. Question, Dennis Jort. Would you recommend putting defense mod sets on Biggs to help his ship become more tanky? Would offense be better for his ability tunes? Does it affect ship tankiness at all? So who wants to take that one?
I don't think the type of mod affects any of the stats, right? It's just the level of mods, right?
Yep, you need level 15, 5-dot mods. That's what you need. Yeah, and so the only time you'll notice different is if you go up to 6.
Right.
So the dot and the level are the most important parts.
Right. So you still want to keep the offensive mods for Biggs, because the Biggs-Wegs combo can kill Traya. And you want them, Gear 12 with the right mods, Biggs and Wedge on a Traya team can just obliterate her instantly. Because they hit really hard. So that's more the focus. But if you're trying to focus on will defensive mods help the ship? No, it's not. The level of mod will. The dot level will. But that's as far as it goes. As far as I know. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's how it works.
Nope, you're right. It's the dot and the level that matters. So that's all you got to do. Let me see. Let me refresh the questions here, because my game is still installing, so we have some time. Let's see. Next question. Nathaniel Morgan. Question, will Finn man up and run Ewoks in Arena when C-3PO comes? So, I'll say this right now. I have a feeling C-3PO is going to be a marquee, not a legendary. Because if this is all leading to a Jedi Luke, our legendary is already set with Chewie. And so, I think C-3PO is going to be a marquee, which means he's going to be 3-star.
Hold the phone. Isn't that... He's going to be a... He's not going to be a legendary. He's going to be a journey, right?
Oh, really? You're talking about Jedi Luke. Yeah, sorry. Jedi Luke.
Jedi Luke is going to be a journey.
Yeah, sorry, journey.
C-3PO could be a legendary.
No, so I'm saying no because we already have Chewie as a legendary in order to get Journey Luke.
Well, we also have R2, which is probably...
I don't think R2 is going to be a part of this one. I think it's going to end up being, you're going to need CLS, and then Captain Han, Rolo, Chewie, and Hermit Yoda. I think that's going to be your 4 in order to get your Jedi Luke. Again, just guessing.
Hence the reason why Rolo was the login character for last.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
So I think that's what it's leading to, and then C-3PO would be a marquee. He's probably going to end up being a support character, just based on.
He's gonna be just like Yoda. He's gonna be just like Yoda. Except he's gonna have synergies like Wedge and Biggs.
Yeah. And I mean, it's fine if he works with Ewoks, but if he's a marquee, he probably won't be 7-starable for a few months. And supports are typically not good at lower star levels. And so, as long as they're good, I have no issue running C-3PO with Ewoks. I'll work on my Ewoks. I'll work on C-3PO, but it's probably not going to be. It's probably not going to be for a little while.
Go, guy. Go, guy.
Yeah. All right. Nathaniel Morgan, question. I have Tebow, Scout, Elder, Logray, and Wicked as 7-star. Will this be enough, or should I start getting Paplu from Guild Store Trip? Again, I think C-3PO is going to be a marquee, not a legendary. If there's a legendary this month, that's probably going to be Maul using the solo characters. So I'll say that too. What else? 73 question. Use my Zeta on Chewie's Protector or one of the Jedi in my Zeta Bastila Arena team.
Which one's closer to being done?
I mean, if you're asking any of them and you don't have anything else done, I would do Strength Flows on Hermit Yoda first.
Yep. And you get lots of miles out of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
Yeah, I don't know what your other Zetas are to tell you whether or not you should do that one, but. And then what else? 73 question. Will we need Gear 12 Jawas or Gear 12 Ewoks for the C-3PO unlock? Again, I think it's going to be a marquee.
Or maybe I don't know how they're going to work out C-3PO. I mean, he is kind of legendary just for his character, but I with Chewie coming in the way he did, at this point, I completely lost Finn. I don't know what the hell they're doing anymore.
Well, no, so Chewie, right?
Because what's the login character of the month? It's
Night Sister Spirit.
Right.
That's
so
why
that completely threw me off.
That's why I think it's going to be a legendary Maul.
Do you think you'll need the Night Sisters for that?
There's 2 ways we can go with that I've been thinking about. One is that it's a legendary Maul because Maul had a relationship with the Night Sisters, right? Yeah. So that would be one. The other one, which I actually think is going to be more likely, is that there is a Separatist rework, including a Grievous rework. And that's why Night Sister Spirit is there, because Grievous is the one that essentially killed everyone on Dathomir.
Sure.
And so I think Grievous rework is what this is hinting at. So I think by the end of the month, we're going to see Grievous rework. That's what I think more than anything is happening, and I don't think we're going to get a legendary this month. If we do, it might be Maul related to Night Sister Spirit, but I'm just seeing Separatist rework, and I think there's going to be a Geonosis map. I think all of that is starting to come together now.
Could be. We know Theobrio's coming because that hint was, good lord.
Yeah.
God. Blatantly.
I like the hints.
I do. But that was so blatantly obvious. It's like, Oh, I don't know. Who could it be?
It could be Little Annie.
Oh, Little Annie! Huh.
He's the one that built him. I mean, it could be.
We're so happy to be seeing you. Are you an angel? Oh,
has Finn been right on any of these? I told you guys that there was probably going to be a bounty hunter legendary coming at the end of the month of September. I didn't know who it was. I thought it was going to be Django. Turned out to be Chewie. So, all I got to say.
Oh. God. Next question.
I think they said now everyone is just taunting me.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
I'm trying to find his post where he made the hint.
Oh, it's on Reddit. It's on the October month post. It's the only dev response on the main page. It's in the October calendar post in Reddit. So he posted an image of, yeah. So he posted an image that said these are not the droids you're looking for with old Ben, Luke, R2, C-3PO with all the troopers and stuff. And then later on he asked, how many languages do you know? And everyone's like, I think Crumb just confirmed that it's C-3PO.
Oh, jeez. Oh, right. Good old Salacious B. Crumb. All
All
right.
right. So do you want to wrap up, Ranger? I'm
Yeah,
getting
yep,
myself.
yeah, go ahead and get ready. I'll wrap up. So thank you guys for all stopping by. If you have questions that we didn't get to, show in our Discord. It's got a great community of over thousands of people in there, and you can hang out and get any Galaxy Heroes question answered or any of the other games. And Grande's eating. Really?
He's in the hot tub. What do you
I
expect?
mean, just unbelievable. But if you have questions, come to our Discord. We got a great group of fans and a great community of people. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Go ahead and hit that. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Obviously, you love the content. You're here all the time. We have a lot of stuff that we stream. We stream live a ton. So if you'd like to be notified of when we're streaming, that's the best way to know is be subscribed to the channel. If you haven't checked out our Patreon, please check out our Patreon. If you want to support the content that we're putting out, all that money is used back into the stream. Also, check out our GoFundMe if you'd like to contribute to us in our marathon run we will be doing in April of next year. Please do. We are over a third of the way, just over a third of the way to our first goal of reaching the money we need to get for travel expenses and stuff. Once we do that, then we're going to go hard and heavy into raising money for the foundation itself. So we got some ways to go, but please check it all out. I think that's it for today. Remember, we do this every Monday through Friday from 12 to 1. We got our big show coming up tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, the longest live stream in the Galaxy up to date. And we got a whole bunch of other stuff. Jedi Academy, we do Battlefront, finished playing a new game today. Grande's in the hot tub. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping by. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.